it's Tara from 40 Below Fruity, and today's topic is whether cooked food is better than raw food. And there's a lot of different viewpoints out about this subject, and it seems that most people favor cooked food. But I have some different opinions and thoughts to add to the whole discussion of that. But first, I want to say that I think the most important diet or lifestyle to recommend is a vegan one. It's better for yourself, it's better for the planet, and it's better for the animals. And as long as someone is living a plant-based lifestyle, I would really have nothing negative to say about it. From that point on, it's really about what you want to do for your health, what your goals are, and what your personal body requires and what you'd like to eat. So, I'm going to start with raw food. Is raw food better than cooked food? I have two scenarios here where I think that raw food is superior to cooked food. So the first one is if you are like myself and have a very sensitive body. Talk to a lot of people who can't just eat cooked food if they decided to. You know, if they were in a pinch or a situation where they had no other choice but to eat cooked food, if they were to eat the cooked food, they might get very sick. And that is certainly the case for myself. The last time I ate cooked food, I was up vomiting all night. So I can certainly say I can't eat pasteurized juice either because I get cystic pimples all over my skin and rashes on my arms. So if you have a very sensitive body, please err on the side of caution when a lot of people are saying it's fine to include some pasteurized juice or it's fine to include a cooked meal here and there. You really have to pay attention to how your body reacts to these foods, because it's a real general blanket statement to say that everybody, after being raw for a certain period of time, can then include cooked foods back in their diet. For many of us, this just isn't the case, and oftentimes the cooked foods can become an addiction. I don't know how it would work with myself, but I have talked to a number of individuals who, if they eat cooked food from time to time, they go into a downward spiral of binging, and it brings back all of the emotional issues they had with food before and different connections that they had to eating certain things. So eating cooked food, even when you're in a pinch, is not always a good thing if you have a sensitive body. So always judge by what your body can take and what it can't take and how you react to these foods. If need be, you can always bring dried fruit along in these sorts of situations. In my opinion, it's better to eat something that your body agrees with, or even if you are in a real tough situation, go without food for a meal so that you don't have to suffer the consequences of eating cooked food later. I also think that raw food is superior to cooked food when you are recovering from an illness or an eating disorder. If you are, again, eating cooked food can send you into a downward spiral. And especially if you are recovering from some sort of illness, people always think that food is your medicine. But this actually isn't the case. Food will not heal you. Your body will heal itself, but only if you get out of the way and give it the time and energy required to do so. So by eating raw foods, if you are recovering from an illness or an eating disorder, you're essentially freeing up all that energy that would be used on digestion and trying to heal yourself from all the terrible foods you were eating before. And then your body can take the energy and heal itself. Because ultimately your body works on what is most important in the moment. And you can't dictate how long it's going to take or what your body's going to be doing at any specific time. So if you are healing from something, it is best to eat 100% raw if you can and let your body heal itself over time. Now, on the opposite side of that, when is it better to eat cooked foods? There's two scenarios I'll give you where I think eating cooked foods or a little bit of cooked foods is better than eating raw foods. And the first scenario is if you are a college student or somebody who has a lack of funds, whether you're a parent and you have a bunch of children to feed and it's just too difficult to afford a raw food diet or to plan the ripening of all your foods, something like that. And if that's the case, then eating some cooked foods is not a problem. It's a great way to lower your cost, still enjoy a vegan diet, and get the benefits of the high-carb lifestyle. So in this case, if you're lacking in funds, you have a budget, or you have other responsibilities, include a little cooked foods in your diet, like high-carb foods like potatoes or cooked grains, things like that, tubers, root vegetables, and they can be a great addition to your diet, and you can still experience many of the benefits of this lifestyle. Also, if you are transitioning to a raw food diet, if you are new to this whole lifestyle and you are finding it very difficult to eat 100% raw, or you're putting a lot of stress on yourself, or you're constantly yo-yoing back and forth between the raw diet and the high-carb cooked diet, it can actually do you more danger to be inconsistent and yo-yo back and forth. So in this situation, I would highly recommend including cooked meals once a day, just at dinner, like the Raw Till 4 program. And then you don't have to yo-yo back and forth. There's no stress on your mind or your body, and you can slowly transition to a raw food diet while still eating some cooked foods. So I know there's a lot of controversy out there because there's some raw foodists who are eating a little bit of cooked food now and then, but you have to remember that each of us lives in a different country, a different region of the world, and we all have access to different foods. I'm lucky to live in Canada. A lot of us complain, but realistically, we have access to all the fresh fruits and vegetables we care for year-round. We can get strawberries in the winter, crazy things like that. Sometimes they don't taste the best, but we are very lucky. But some people don't have access to these foods, so their best option is to eat high-carb cooked vegan meals. If you're in doubt, always do the best that you can do. There's no right or wrong and there's no rules. Just do the best for your health so that you can feel the best you can. And I enjoy 100% raw food diet, and I have no intention of changing that. But you've got to do what works for you. And I hope this kind of cleared up the question of, are cooked foods better than raw foods? Ultimately, you will feel best on a raw diet. It's more alkaline, less acid causing, and the amount of energy that you get from a raw diet is uncomparable to anything else. So go out there and eat your fruits and vegetables, whether they are cooked or raw, and enjoy the benefits of a high-carb vegan lifestyle.